Hello Aquarius and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs looking at your recent past, current energy, and immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified those messages. I have the tarot deck that we'll be diving into already shuffled, as well as the decks that I'll be using in the extended. Please remember these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, so do remember to take what resonates and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. These are for mid to end of June 2023, but if you're finding this outside of that time frame, this still could very well be your reading. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. All right, Aquarius. Let's start by looking at your recent past. You have confidence is your key to success with the Nine of Pentacles. There's some sort of wish fulfillment that you want. This could be like financial independence, if that's something that's coming through for you, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be wish fulfillment in the form of an emotional sense, like a relationship or like being surrounded by the people that you want, friendships, whatever the case is. I feel like you have been struggling to believe that you are good enough for what it is that you want. And that feeling of not being good enough has caused you, and this is kind of a hard truth right off the bat, so bear with me, but it's caused you to have a tendency to play it safe. So for instance, sometimes when we don't believe that what we want is actually possible, we'll have a tendency to stay in relationships and jobs and situations that don't really make us happy, don't really fulfill us, don't really provide us with the abundance that we want, but at least we have something, right? And that's very normal, but I do feel like this whole reading is about stepping into your power a little bit more, realizing that you are a powerful being, your energy is powerful, your intention is powerful, and the way that you align that with your what you want instead of what you're afraid of happening, the more that you will start to attract more of what you want into your life. Now, your current energy, you have it's time to take action with the sun. This really is about learning to align your actions with what you like, the life that you want to live, the fulfillment that you want, the happiness that you want. And sometimes it starts with small steps, taking small steps in the direction that you're afraid to go because you're afraid to fail, or you're afraid that you'll end up alone, or you'll end up broke, or whatever the case is. Those fears, though valid, valid fears, but they don't have to be truths, right? Your results, your beliefs are the root of your results, and what you believe about your reality is true is what it is that you are going to be capable of manifesting and creating. And so I do feel like right now is an energy of really stepping into your power, but also getting really clear on what it is that you want. If you knew that it was impossible to fail, if you knew that it was impossible for you to end up with nothing, then what would you choose to do? What kind of relationships would you choose to pursue? How would you live your life if you knew that it was impossible to fail? And I feel like that's kind of what this energy is talking about for you, because then in your immediate future, you have believe in the impossible with the Ace of Wands. That's what this Nine of Pentacles feels like. It feels like you think that the life of your dreams, or even a situation of your dreams, a financial debt getting paid off, or like a huge stressor being relieved, or I don't know, whatever the case is for you. I like giving examples to kind of get you to understand like what I'm talking about, but I don't like giving examples in the sense that I don't want you to narrow your thinking to the things that I say. I really want you to think about what comes through for you, because this is about, this is another card, this Ace of Wands, of action. So it's time to take action in your current energy, and then more action in your immediate future with believe in the impossible. And it just kind of feels like this is about, and I feel like I already kind of said this, but getting very real about what it is that you want, and then doing whatever it is that you need to align your intentions, your movement choices and intentions and decisions with that thing. All right, let's start by looking at your recent past, Aquarius. Recent past for Aquarius, clarifying confidence is your key to success with the Nine of Pentacles. This is for Aquarius's recent past, please. The Devil. All right. The devil can be a lot of different things. Attachment, fear. It comes down to attachment, but looking at what the root of that fear or what the root of that attachment is it fear? Is it addiction, which oftentimes is a way that we handle and cover up our fear? This devil is keeping you from what it is that you want. I don't know what this devil is yet. Maybe you do right off the bat. Maybe it's going to take a little bit more clarifying, but this devil is keeping you from what it is that you want. I kind of want to get more, but I feel like clarifying this devil, and you were really struggling with this devil in your recent past. Could be a person. Again, it could be a behavior, a thought pattern. Clarifying this devil for Aquarius's recent past. There you are, Star card. And then the Five of Wands. This is just clarifying what I said. Something is keeping you from what you want. Something is actually creating resistance to your abundance. I don't know if this is... Okay, hang on. Let's get more for Aquarius's recent past. Recent past for Aquarius. Recent past for Aquarius, please. Recent past for Aquarius. The Six of Cups in reverse. Or Six of Wands in reverse with the Six of Swords. So, this is so interesting because something is keeping you stuck, yet at the same time making you feel hopeless. It's both your comfort zone and it's like your kryptonite. There's something here that's like your kryptonite, like something that maybe isn't good for you, or isn't the best thing for you, or doesn't treat you well, or isn't the best habit to have, or something. It's kind of your kryptonite here. Because it keeps you stuck, but it also makes you feel hopeless. Interesting. Okay. And you were really dealing with it in your recent past. It was very prominent in your recent past. Recent past for Aquarius. Recent past for Aquarius. So Two of Pentacles in reverse, Seven of Wands in reverse, Five of Swords. Okay. Okay. Ooh, okay. Something it's so interesting what this energy feels like. It like something makes you feel powerful but equally powerless, makes you feel hopeful but equally hopeless. It's like something that I guess that's kind of what addiction can do in some way. And I'm not saying this is actually, but we can be addicted to so many different things. Again, like thought patterns, habits that aren't good for us, which can be in the form of people or situations. Something equally gives you hope, but then also takes it away. And you have this heart. It's okay. This is a situation that you're pretty used to being in, because that's kind of survival mode in a sense. It's like when you're surviving, you have hope, but when you're not, you're really hopeless. I mean, that's survival mode, right? When you feel like you're surviving, thriving on top of things, you have a lot of hope, but when you feel like you're not surviving so much, you're really hopeless. Like something adds to that. Like it's this really up and down kind of energy. It's like maybe there's a lot of highs, but there's a lot of lows too. And the lows are really, really low, but the highs are like really, really high. And it feels like this is something that you have been really struggling with for a while. It could literally be addiction. It doesn't have to be by any means, but like the way that this is coming through is it feels like that. It's something that you cling to maybe help you through the fear, the doubt, and the insecurity, but that when it's not, when it isn't providing you with that kind of emotional high, then you're left like drained and empty. This is your recent past. This is something you were dealing with in your recent past. That's an interesting way for those messages to come through. Current energy here for Aquarius, clarifying it's time to take action with the sun. Current energy for Aquarius, clarifying it's time to take action with the sun. One more. Current energy for Aquarius, please. Current energy for Aquarius. It's like, yes, something that when you have it, you feel okay, but when you don't, you feel horrible. King of Cups in reverse with the Three of Wands. Okay. So your current energy is about breaking some sort of a pattern. Some sort of a pretty toxic pattern. I'm not going to lie, Aquarius. Now, it doesn't have to be to the extent of like addiction. But it's something that keeps you trapped, something that has you in its grips, and it's hard for you to step away from this. Because you have the Three of Wands. That's an energy of stepping out of your comfort zone. Because whatever this is, it doesn't make you happy. It makes you like, this is what's coming through, but take this with a grain of salt. It doesn't make you happy, it gets you high. Like, meaning that like it doesn't sustainably add to your source of happiness, but when it's in your life and it's going well, or it gets you that like the dopamine hit, the all the good feeling chemicals. Like it's like, but it doesn't make you happy. In fact, it adds more to your stress and your pain and your anxiety than it does your peace. This is really very interesting reading here, Aquarius, because you have this King of Cups in reverse, which is the energy of something that is, well, emotionally a little bit abusive, like emotionally manipulative, emotionally abusive. And sometimes we don't realize that we can be doing that to ourselves. Or you could have been dealing with someone who is emotionally abusive. That's also the other thing. But you, Aquarius, are so used to this kind of energy that it feels like you feel like that's as good as it gets for you. The highs and the lows, like when you're living a life, and I used to be there, but when you're living that life of incredibly high highs, but also incredibly low lows, it's like you're not really happy and at peace. You're living the life like this. When you're in a healthier place, life is a little bit more, not that you're unhealthy. There's no judgment in this reading. Also, I had someone comment on one of my videos and was like, "Careful judging my behavior. You don't know what I've been through." Oh my gosh, of course I don't. Like the reason I feel like I can speak so confidently about these readings is because I've been here. Like I've struggled with addiction, with people and other substances and things like that. So I completely understand. Current energy for Aquarius, but I'm just trying to read the energy as it's coming through. So something's a bit of your kryptonite here, because I really do feel like that it isn't necessarily good for you. I don't know what that was. But at the same time, it's really hard for you to let it go. Current energy for Aquarius. Current energy for Aquarius, please. The Empress with the Magician. And the Knight of Wands in reverse with the Emperor. Okay. So you're trying to manifest a certain life for yourself. You're trying to create a certain life. Well, manifesting, it's such a woo-woo term nowadays. Like, I think people miss the concept of, like, you're trying to create or build the life that you want. And this, whatever this is, it keeps getting in your way. I don't know if you realize that fully, but it keeps getting in your way of your manifestations being able to come to fruition. Yeah, because you have the Six of Swords in reverse. Like, something is keeping you stuck. And Aquarius, I think you know exactly what I'm talking about or who I'm talking about in this reading. And I want to also add that my intention is not to bring forth feelings of shame or like you are doing something wrong, because I'm reading a book right now, and I've read it before, but I'm like really getting into it this time and like doing the stuff that's in it. It's called Judgment Detox. It's learning to become aware of basically ourselves and other people without judgment. And just because we have a tendency to choose things that aren't good for us doesn't mean that we're bad or doing the wrong thing. It's that we're learning, and life is about learning. No one's perfect, right? So in this reading, I just feel like this is a reading that could come through as very judgmental or make me think like, oh, like you should be ashamed of yourselves for this. No, that's not my intention ever. I just feel like it's important to bring it into your awareness, right? Because then at least you know, okay, there is something that isn't great for me that I'm investing or giving my energy to that is blocking what it is that I want to manifest. Current energy for Aquarius. Current energy for Aquarius. Yeah, literally blockage to a new beginning. Nine of Wands in reverse with the Fool. Blockage to a new beginning here. Something that's keeping you in survival mode. So what is it? Because I feel like, I don't know. Maybe it's an expectation of the future, expectation of a person. It's something. I don't know. It's something, and I feel like this is too general of a reading to get too deep into what it could be. Immediate future for Aquarius, clarifying believe in the impossible with the Ace of Wands. Uh-oh. Immediate future for Aquarius, clarifying believe in the impossible with the Ace of Wands. Immediate future for Aquarius, clarifying believe in the impossible with the Ace of Wands. This is for Aquarius's immediate future. This is for Aquarius's immediate future, please. Queen of Pentacles with the Justice in reverse. I don't do this often, but sometimes there's something that's coming through that I can't quite. And if you saw those cards, I'm not keeping cards for you. These are just two additional major arcanas in this deck that I don't really like using anymore, or at least right now. So this Queen of Pentacles is saying something different to me. Security. Okay. That makes sense. So something, it provides you with a false sense of security. And your immediate future, because you've been dealing with this, like if this is coming through in your recent past and your current energy, like you've been dealing with this for quite a while now. Months or years or weeks. I mean, take it as it resonates. But this thing provides you with a false sense of security. It makes you feel comfortable, or but like then at the same time it like, yes, it can add to that feeling, but then like at the same time it super takes that feeling away. Like it has this, whatever this is has a lot of power over you. And I feel like you don't like that it does, but it does. It affects maybe your mood a lot. It affects the way that you you feel about yourself. And you're in your immediate future, it's about understanding that first and foremost, nothing can provide us with a sustainable sense of security, because nothing externally can provide us with that sense of security for the long term. That's just the way it goes. That has to come from within, and it has to come from, a spiritual connection of your own understanding, the faith that is created through that, and being able to understand that you are safe. That's something I've been having to work on, is reminding myself that I am safe. Um, but obviously, sometimes it doesn't feel like it, especially if we've experienced circumstances and trauma that has showed us the opposite of that, that has showed us that we are unsafe, then of course our belief system is going to align more with that. But then at the end of the day, your beliefs are the root of your results. And so if you want to change your reality, you've got to change your beliefs. But whatever it is that feels impossible to you is still very possible. It just might not be in the way that you want it to be. Immediate future for Aquarius. But you still, like, however it turns out will be like the way you want, if that makes sense. It's just not the way you want it right now. Immediate future for Aquarius. Because, like, the Queen of Pentacles for me is usually stability, but I think security, that's the word that I needed. Like, feeling secure and safe. Because you haven't ever, I feel Aquarius, like, you haven't really ever had that. Because you have that Justice in reverse. It's like you haven't ever really had that security. You haven't had maybe secure relationships or felt like you were truly being taken care of, like even since childhood. Like I feel like maybe you're a parent, you're a child of divorce or something worse. Like, not that I want to compare traumas, but what I'm getting at is I feel like being in a place where you feel secure and you feel safe is something that you have never really had. So this situation, it adds to a false sense of security, which is why letting go of it is so difficult for you. But your immediate future is realizing that you can have that security. I feel like your attachment to whatever this is actually in a really roundabout way keeping you from that. Immediate future for Aquarius. But it's your kryptonite. I get it. Immediate future for Aquarius. Star with the 10 of Cups. So this is what you're looking for. Sustainable, long-term, emotional fulfillment. And then I feel this star for some reason. Usually I don't see these as like who I'm reading for, but this star really feels like it's alluding to you. Because then you have this Lovers in reverse. To me, it's saying like you don't feel deserving of this 10 of Cups, of this long-term emotional fulfillment. So you're searching for it through this situation that doesn't ever provide you with it, but at least you're in a situation where you have hope for it. That's the false sense of security, is the hope associated with what this could be provides you with a false sense of security, even though it doesn't make you happy right now. It doesn't sustain you or fulfill you right now. It gives you those emotional highs and lows, but that's what addiction does. That's that chemical attraction in your brain, but that isn't sustainable for the long term. And it actually keeps you in flight or flight, fight or flight, fight, flight, or freeze. Like it keeps your brain in that alert state when you're in a situation that brings you high and drops you low. And so this situation is really talking about, yes, this 10 of Cups that you want, this long-term emotional fulfillment. This could be the family that you're wanting, the relationship that you're wanting, the situation that you're wanting, but it just might not be in the same form as how you're currently looking for it. But that's okay, because at the end of the day, what you want is possible. It just might not be how you want it that it ends up. But who cares about the how, right? It's not, the how isn't really any of our business. That's the universe's to take care of. We just need to know what we want, and the universe can align us with that, as long as we're willing to align ourselves with it as well. Immediate future for Aquarius. I mean, this is kind of saying the same thing. This Ten of Pentacles is talking about this Ten of Cups. I mean, Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles in your immediate future, right? This is really saying that whether you're talking about emotional fulfillment or financial fulfillment or both, like your long-term, like emotional fulfillment and material fulfillment is absolutely possible. But this situation, because there's that same King of Cups in reverse, this situation is keeping you stuck. It's keeping you stuck from being able to experience that. So what you're wanting isn't able to come to fruition because you're so focused on one thing. Now, maybe you don't want to be, and you're like, yeah, I want this energy. I want to be out of this energy. I don't want to think about this anymore. I don't want, to have anything to do with this. Just keep setting your intentions, and you'll get there. As long as you're focusing on the healing, which, if you watch my readings, you probably are, because these are, these do come through as like how I can help you guys heal. That's my goal, how I can help you heal and move forward in alignment with your higher self so you can get to that fulfillment and build your dream life. All right, we're going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to clarify these messages, dive into the advice, then I have an actual advice card to pull at the end. Really quick, though, I am going to make an announcement. I made this announcement earlier this week. You guys will hear me talk about this a lot over the next few weeks. So in my readings, I talk a lot about this higher level aspect of your healing, limiting beliefs and blockages. But then when you start to get down to it, the nitty gritty day to day, I know it's not so easy to just like apply these things to your life, because you are a human being having a very real human experience. Well, my friend / mentor / spiritual confidant is putting on a summer workshop series. It's a 4-part series talking all about how to step into your power, all about how to take your power back from your circumstances and create that dream life. And it kind of talks about, what makes you feel like you're in your power, what takes away from your power, what part of you doesn't believe that dream life is possible, what are your limiting beliefs, all about all of that stuff. And so I'm going to be in the summer series because I absolutely think that there's a lot I can get out of it as well. So when she told me about it, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I have to share this with my subscribers and the people who watch my videos, because this is right up the alley of what it is that I talk to you guys about every single week. And so I feel like it could be really beneficial to anyone who's interested in what I have to say in these readings. So if it is something that interests you at all, in the description box of this reading, at the very top, I will have a link to the video that when I originally made this announcement, and then in this description box of that video is all of the information on it. I just didn't want to put too much in one description box for people who are trying to find the extended links and so on and so forth. So it's just click on that video link, and in that description box, it'll have the information on Brianna, who is the person putting it on. She is a holistic coach. She is very much, in the wellness sphere. She used to be a nurse, but now she's really kind of focused more on the coaching aspect of health and wellness and all of that. So her information's in that description box if you have any questions for her. And then how to register. It is $20, but it's $20 for all 4 sessions. And if you are not in the US, or you don't know if you'd be able to make like a live session one of the days, there will be recording of that will be sent out to you. So don't worry about it. If you're going to miss one of them, you can absolutely still join. And yeah, I think it'll be really great. And I hope to see and interact with some of you there. So, and feel free to shoot me questions as well, as always. My email is always in the description box of my readings. All right, Aquarius, thank you so much as always for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Aquarius.